I'm Cecilia, I live in Zurich and I love train travel, and I'm trying to visit all 1,720 public transport train stations in Switzerland. Back in April I went for a hike. I didn't make any progress on the train stations that day, but I did make progress on the hike that I started several years ago, and that's slowly taking me all the way across Switzerland in little sections. Good morning. I am going to attempt to go hiking. Basically what happened is that I woke up bright and early to go hiking, continue the hike that I've been doing the last few years at this point. And then I checked the weather forecast and it said thunderstorms right where I wanted to go hiking. So I sort of gave up, slept for quite a while to be honest. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't want to waste the whole day. What am I going to do? Let's have a look at where there isn't going to be thunderstorms. And of course, the forecast had changed. So I'm now sort of going to need to run to the train station to catch the next train because it's like an hourly connection. So wish me luck. Made it onto the train, which honestly I wasn't sure was going to happen, but I'm glad because it means that I'll get there at a more reasonable time. Like, I know everyone always goes hiking really early in the morning and I completely understand the logic of it, and I just don't do it, I'm sorry, most of the time. Sometimes I do, but very, very rarely to be honest. So I'm gonna start my hike around 2 p.m. It's only 12 kilometers though, so not very long. It should be all right. It is a fair bit of elevation, but hopefully it's all good. So it is also going to rain, but not thunderstorms. I need to keep an eye on the forecast because if it changes again, I'm not doing this. Either way, basically the Schwarzsee, where I'm hopefully starting, is a really pretty lake. So worst case, I'll just go there, go for a little walk around the lake and then go home. But hopefully it all works out. So I'm on this train for an hour and 20 minutes. This goes via Bern, which is a very frequent route for me, but I'm carrying on to Freiburg, and which I have been to, but only once, but really cute town. And then I'm taking a bus from Freiburg to Schwarzsee, which is going to take 50 minutes, so quite a long bus ride. For now, I'm on a nice train. I'm going to have my breakfast, which I didn't have because I was in a rush in the morning, not in the morning, at home. And I also have some lunch or dinner with me, depending on when I end up having that, and a couple of smaller snacks. So hopefully I'm all set for the day. Like summer here, just changing from the train to the bus in Vevey. better way of getting here, but I somehow took not the wrong exit, but I took a different exit from the platform, so I had to go outside and come back in, but it doesn't really matter, there was plenty of time to change. So I'm now on the bus, which I will be on for a while, as I said, like 50 minutes I think, so I'm gonna use the seat belt, which there is thankfully. I always feel better if outside of cities where you do actually go at a little bit higher speeds, I like having a seatbelt, so very grateful for that. And I mean, the weather's been lovely. I'm gonna have some water, it's quite warm, but looking forward to starting my hike soon. I'm back where I left off a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was. And I mean, the mountain looks cool, but somewhat threatening, to be honest. Thankfully, I am going around it, not over it. I would never in a million years be able to go over it. So, yeah, I'm concerned, to be honest. We'll see how this goes. It's meant to rain for about an hour and rain like a fair bit, so I won't go past anything that I think I would have difficulty handling in the rain, because then there's always the way back. So that's the plan. I was thinking of putting my jacket on, but now when the sun comes out it's really warm, so I think I'll put my hard shell jacket on, just because of wind and stuff, and then I will start. 12 kilometers minimum today. Is it 12? I should double check. Yeah, 12.2 kilometers. So we'll see how it goes. Is some angle, like it's just this small steep bit and then it carries on flat a little bit further and then comes the proper incline, but I think I'm gonna get my hiking poles out now, not after this. This looks kind of hard. Two kilometers in, I'm just crossing a nice bridge. Oh, I need to put my hood up again. It is definitely raining. But other than that, very nice so far. Yeah. This was the steepest uphill bit now, and the view has opened up very nicely. There were some scary sounds, presumably from some faster planes, but for now it's nice and quiet and I can hear little birds, and this little bit looks lovely. So yeah, and can you tell it is not raining? Very exciting. I'm 4 kilometers in. It's not been a quick 4 kilometers, so I need to pick things up or I'll be here forever. But yeah, the view is pretty great. Can you hear that? There's literally a cuckoo. It keeps making its little cuckoo sounds. It's quite a lot later. I've been sitting on this rock for a while because I thought that I was calling my friends tomorrow, but it was scheduled for today. So we had a little catch up, which was great. I really like those two guys that I talked to just now. They're former / current colleagues. We're not really working together anymore, but yeah, had a really lovely time catching up with them. However, I am now running quite late, so need to get going in a second. I think I'm going to dig out a small snack for me to have on the way, because otherwise I'm going to run out of energy like I did yesterday. And yeah, the sun has properly come out. I put on sunscreen while I was on that call because I was getting worried. I've put the hat on and off like 5 times at this stage, so the hair is dreadful probably, but yeah, cool. I'm gonna get going again. Six kilometers in. It is so nice. This is a gorgeous hike. It's a little bit uneven, little bit tricky, but not bad, and it does go down quite a lot on the sides, one side, but because the path is wide enough and it's not on both sides that it sort of slopes down, it's still fine. So really enjoying this. Like, I think I said this a few times, but basically my comfort level is if I slip, I might scrape something, I might hurt myself, but like, am I gonna fall really far? As long as the answer is no, then I like the hiking. Anything beyond that, I will not enjoy. So far, this has been great. So good. There was only one little bit where it was rather slippery, but all right with the poles, so that's what I've got them for, isn't it? Okay, gonna pay full attention now. Path is narrowing. 8 kilometers in now. There's a little bench sort of thing here, so I'm going to take a 5-minute break to have some water and some food, and importantly charge my Apple Watch, because I do not have the Ultra one, so the battery doesn't always last. So way back there in the valley, that's where the lake was that I started at. This is the highest bit of the hike today. There's like the mountain that I've seen the whole time pretty much. And there's the valley. Wow. I wasn't really expecting even cooler mountains. Pretty awesome. I'm 9 kilometers in at this stage, and another 3 to go. But yeah, wow, not bad. "10 kilometers in, and basically just going downhill a lot now. I've lost my earphone. There we go. Made it onto the bus. I am honestly so relieved, because this isn't the last bus. There's another one in an hour, and I knew that, so otherwise I would have been probably much more worried. So I did take my time to make sure I did everything carefully, etc. Also, this is a small village, so worst case scenario I could call a cab, but I hate doing that. I've had to do that once, and I don't want to again, because it feels like failing. There is some gorgeous light still. Don't know if you can see that. Maybe not so much there. Lovely end to the hike, really, in terms of views and stuff. Not so great in terms of walking. It was fine. It's just not super fun to me. Loads of switchbacks, like endless switchbacks. And everything was quite steep, so not dangerous. If I fell, I would have fallen on some stones, and I always compare everything to the Lamorna route, Mousehole to Lamorna in Cornwall, if you know that, because my parents and my sister and I always used to do that on our summer holidays, and very little that I do in Switzerland is ever close to as dangerous as that. So it wasn't bad, it was just not that fun, but the views were beautiful, so especially the light was lovely. But yeah, glad I caught this one, because an hour's wait when it's getting dark it's just not that entertaining. And this way I will get to go home and have dinner sooner than I would otherwise. It is probably quite a long journey. Let me check. So what am I doing now? Jaun to Broc Village Gare. Literally never even heard of this place. And that is going to take 28 minutes, and then I'm taking a train from Broc Village to Fribourg, which is going to, oh my god, which is going to take, oh, I'm getting home so late. Never mind about dinner probably once I get home. I do have food with me, so all good. But yeah, it's going to take 49 minutes to Fribourg. Oh, this is going to be great fun tomorrow, isn't it? And then from Fribourg to Zurich, it is an hour and 28 minutes. I'll be back in Zurich around 11:30 p.m. So, oh well, it's my own fault for, changing my mind 3 times about whether or not to do this hike today. But, did it, finished it, and is this the valley where I'm going to carry on tomorrow? Because I suspect it is. Yes. Yeah, so tomorrow's hike is basically right along here. Sort of following the, I can see the hiking signs actually, following the river. Looking forward to that tomorrow. Not looking forward quite as much to a 3-hour journey back here tomorrow morning, but it is what it is. This is fairly remote. Bus ist praktisch auf dem Bahnsteig angekommen. Also ich nehme jetzt gleich. Du hörst mich noch? So, I have changed modes of transport, and basically I was on the phone with my mum for a little while, and then briefly with my dad as well. Loved the interchange at Broc or Pro, no idea how to say it. Apologies. I'll try and find out tomorrow if I remember to listen out for the announcements. That's how I can learn how things are pronounced, right? How places are pronounced. So you literally just step off the bus and then you're on the platform. I think that's the most direct interchange I've ever had from a bus to a train. So pretty great. And now I'm on this very comfy, very nice train with not much of a view, sadly, because it's obviously quite late now, to Fribourg. I'm not sure if I'm going to have food now in the end. I've got another half an hour. Might have a little snack and then save the actual food for the next train, because that's going to take a little while. So yeah, gonna do that and maybe watch some Death in Paradise while I've got like not that much to do. Naked bar number 2. I am pressing hold on watching any more Death in Paradise because I just saw there's a new Danny Gonzalez video, so I always like that. The longest one, as I said, so I'm gonna have my dinner now, finish the Danny Gonzalez video, which was fun, and I'm now gonna watch a Jaun one. in general it's pretty quiet obviously around this time. There are still quite a few trains leaving, but we were like 3 minutes late I think. So a few people were running for their respective trains, but they're usually very good about holding the train if it's like a late connection. So I'm just heading home and my feet aren't really hurting, which is good because if all goes well, tomorrow's quite a long day, and then either I have 2 medium days or 1 quite long day after that. So we'll see how it all goes. But today was alright in the end. Quite glad. Back home, gonna tidy everything up, set everything up for tomorrow, and then probably have a cup of tea and maybe water. It's been so warm actually, like every time that I've left a train today in the evening or bus, I've thought like, wow, it feels like summer. I've got everything prepped for the morning. All the clothes are laid out, all the food is out, ready to take with me. I warmed up some more of the gnocchi and peas, etc. that I had earlier, and I'll take that with me tomorrow. I don't have any breakfast for tomorrow, which is annoying, but I've basically run out of fruit and nearly run out of yogurt, so I'm going to have to buy something on the way to the train tomorrow. I am just gonna have this is some smoothie. I'm gonna have the smoothie, and I had the tea that I don't like yet, working on it. And then I'll call it a night. It's pretty late now, but hopefully I get enough rest tonight to go back to where I just left. It is a ridiculously long journey, but yeah, hopefully early but still rested start tomorrow. I will see you next time.